We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And off we go from Tampa. And that's not going to be returned as so many kids. And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast.
Good luck.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Tampa. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Smith will come in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. The tackle made by Zion McCollum.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Hurts to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They go play action. Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Shepard goes in motion. Here's Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Hey, alert 33. Up, Nelson. Hey. Done.
Mayfield now. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Pistol.
In motion goes the tight end. Baker going to give it to Irving. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Real. Done. Run.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. That false start costly. Moves them back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. They keep it on the ground. White again. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Regular. Good. Point it right. Good.
Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
What's that?
To throw, Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Now they'll try to run a reverse here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. That one downfield for Dotson. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Good. Run. Real. Good.
Mayfield to throw it toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game.
Alert! Hey, alert! Hurry! What's up?
Now Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now a give, Irving running right. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Hey, alert 33.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Regular. Done.
They'll try and run here with Irving. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
A run up the middle with Irving. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Run.
Throwing, Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Just a beautiful Midwestern night. The roof is open, and we are ready for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis.
Good luck.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, come on. Go.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Let's go now.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a third.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off from Tampa. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Done.
Coming out, throwing is Baker. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
What's up?
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Irvin here from the gun. We'll have him gain about a handful there. The play brought to an end by Logan Wilson. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They motion the tight end over. From the 41. Catch made by Bucky Irving. He has room past the 25. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch, and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
What's that?
Here's the give to Irving. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Mike Evans with the touchdown. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Right to the air, Burrow. And his first pass falls incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
He has the first over the middle, and he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're all set to bring you the second quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points. And their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine. Because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
On one, ready?
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go, here we go. 11 mighty, 11 mighty.
First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. He put everything he had into this one. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Buccaneers take possession at their own 7-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Real.
Mayfield now from the gun. He's on the move. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stop made by Sam Hubbard.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Baker now from the gun. On target to Godwin. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Hey, alert!
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 21. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down, here's Baker. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Real. Pistol. Alert! Watch out!
Throwing again is Baker. This finds Evans, complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Hey, alert! Watch out!
Mayfield to throw again. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Point it right. Watch out!
3rd down, here's Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
That's caught for the first. And he goes out of bounds after getting them to the 7. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal.
Good. Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Hurry, hurry! Done.
Right back to Irving now. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Up, up.
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Good. Hurry, hurry! Watch, watch!
Mayfield set to pass. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
The kick by McLaughlin is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
11, 11, 11. 11, 11.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. All set up now for first and 10.
11, Thomas.
Play action now. Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
On 1, ready? Here we go.
Trying again following the sack. This one falls incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Here we go.
Burrow from the gun. He's on the move. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
11, MT, take. 11, Thomas.
He'll throw it. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on fourth down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Here's 2nd and 7. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Levante